So I've heard of women who've been out on dates with guys and it's like everything is going great, and then when the check comes, he's like, oh, okay, can I have separate tickets? Or he's like, okay, well, I had the steak and the steak entree, and she had the catfish, so you can go ahead and mine calculates up to this or whatever. I mean, it happens.
I don't want you to hold back, need you to keep it real with me. You know what time it is. Oh yeah, this is blunt therapy. Hey, blunt therapy. Yeah, there's nothing realer. Talk about whatever we want, uncut, no filter. Blunt therapy.
Hi you guys, it's LQ from Coupled and Cultured, where we talk all things love, leisure, and lifestyle for contemporary couples and socialites who look to put the life and work-life balance. I'm coming to you today. Let me tell you something. There are no days off for Coupled and Cultured. I'm actually on location in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm on vacation, but I said let me make sure that I take a moment and record this video for you guys because we have another blunt therapy video that I really want to get into today. We're talking about dating and we're talking about going Dutch. So if you want to hear what the story is behind that and what I think, what my blunt perspective is on the topic, then stay tuned. All right, you guys, so like I said, I'm in Vegas. I'm in my hotel room right now. Shout out to the Westin Las Vegas. They put us up, they upgraded us to this room. It's a little messy right now because me and my brother came with me. We've been moving around, going here and there. So we have outfits and everything out. But I also wanted, before I get started, to shout out the fact that I'm wearing a Coupled and Cultured tee and my Coupled and Cultured hat. So there is merch, people. So I'll get into that a little more. I'll probably make a whole separate video for that. But you see it, and I just wanted to shout it out. We have merchandise. So if you're interested in buying some of our tees, our hats, or other accessories, there are many more related to lifestyle and travel on the website. You can go to www.coupledandcultured.com/shop. Or if you go straight to coupledandcultured.com, you just click on the shop button on the menu bar and it'll take you right to the merch. Now, let's get into what we're here for. All right, you guys, so today for Blunt Therapy, we have another guy writing in. All right, this is H. He just gave us an alias, H. He's 36, from Brooklyn, New York. All right, BK, stand up. And he is single and actively dating. So H wrote into us, and this is what he said. I'm out here trying to find a good woman that I can eventually settle down with if we hit it off. I'm on a couple of dating sites, and I feel like once we get to the point of going on a date, it all goes downhill from there. I feel like when you're just getting to know someone, especially if you're going on a first date, then everybody should be paying for themselves. When I suggest that we go Dutch, the energy shifts immediately. It's not like I wait until we're already at the restaurant to tell women this, but I think some of them either think I'm joking when I say it, then act surprised at the spot when I bring it up again, or they get turned off and we never even make it to the date. My thing is, am I wrong for not being willing to pay for somebody that I'm not even sure that I like yet? I should have known this was coming because this is a big topic in the dating world. Going Dutch. Let's see. All right, y'all. So when I was out there dating, this was a topic of discussion in many of my friend groups. And I've even had these conversations with guys as well. I think that H has a valid point. I mean, it is something that you have to consider, especially if you're on dating websites, you're actively pursuing women, and you're going out on dates. So I think that it's two ways to look at this. You got to look at it from his perspective, or the pursuer's perspective, and then you got to look at it from the perspective of the woman, or the person who feels pursued. It may not even be a male-female dynamic. It could be a male-male dynamic, female-female dynamic, or whatever the case may be. The woman could be the pursuer, and the man could be, the one being pursued. So it could go many different ways. The question that he had was, and I want to get this specific, he said, am I wrong for not being willing to pay for someone that I'm not even sure that I like yet? And so I feel multiple ways about this, right? So if I feel like the general consensus is the person who asked about the date or plans the date or asks the other person to go out should be the person who's prepared to pay for it. It's basically your treat. So if you tell me, oh, I want to get to know you more, can we go out to dinner sometimes? Then my expectation, generally speaking, would be that you want to take me out and you're going to pay for it. Now, that doesn't mean that I won't be prepared if that doesn't happen. Now, the reason that I said be prepared is because, there have been instances that I know a lot of people have been through, specifically women, where you go on a date with a guy and things are not going the way he would like, or you guys don't connect, you have no chemistry, and it kind of goes downhill from there, and then he doesn't pay your part. Or he was under the impression that y'all were going Dutch and that you were responsible for your part of the bill. So I've heard of women who've been out on dates with guys and it's like, everything is going great, and then when the check comes, he's like, oh, okay, can I have separate tickets? Or he's like, okay, well, I had the steak and the steak entree, and she had the catfish, so you can go ahead and mine calculates up to this or whatever. It happens. So one thing I will say to you, H, because I'm gonna speak to you first, then I'm gonna speak to the ladies who's listening. So H, do I think it's wrong for you not to want to spend money on women that you don't know if you like yet? Generally speaking, in the dating world, yes, because if you're asking these women out on dates, then I think that you should be prepared to pay. And I think to combat that issue in terms of feeling like you're spending money on these women, you don't even know if you'll like them, why don't you plan free dates? Or plan dates that are low cost, and don't require a lot of energy but are still great dates. I've been to a lot of first dates with guys where we met up at the park and we took a walk together. Now, let me tell you something. Law and Order SVU is a fictional show that's based on real events, so I'm not telling y'all to be going all deep into the park, like all up in Central Park with these strangers and end up, missing. But, go to somewhere that's, heavily populated and free. So I think that you can ask to meet a woman for a coffee date. What's a coffee? $3? Keep it light. Ask to meet someone at the park so you can go for a stroll and get to know each other. Say, oh, let's go do, there are so many things like on goldstar.com or, groupon.com where you could do like a bike ride date if she's adventurous or athletic or, she likes things to be active. Go $8.50 per person, you rent some bikes and it comes with ice cream, and go do something like that. Or, have you ever been, have you really taken a look of the Upper East Side since the construction? Can we walk around and kind of talk and get to know each other? And if things go well, we can grab a quick bite to eat. I don't know, be creative. But if you're out here planning steak dinners and, going to Ruth Chris with every woman that you meet, then I can understand why you would get a little, standoffish when it comes to feeling like you're paying for these dates and you're not even sure about the woman. So first things first, you need to plan more reasonable dates or cost-friendly dates or free dates. Get creative. I put that back on you, bro. The thing is, y'all be rushing sometimes to get to the date. Like, whatever happened to like truly getting to know somebody through communication? You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you have so many insights into a person's life and who they truly are. Back in the day when people was hooking up through MySpace, you had their little profile that was carefully crafted and that's all you had to build up on. But nowadays, you can find you find them on Tinder or whatever the new dating apps are. Then you ask for their social media. You find them on Facebook. You find them on Instagram. You could watch their reels. You find them on TikTok and all the other stuff. I don't know all of them. And you get to get a deeper look into this person's personality. And then once you've exchanged numbers, have these conversations with them. Ask the questions that you want to ask. Like, have you some questions that you feel like is going to really make people reveal more about themselves, and really like tap into those chemistry building, exercises or those questions so you can see, do I even want to go out with this person? Because sometimes people get a little antsy and they're impatient and they're like, I don't feel like building up to that. I want to see, first you want to see her in person to make sure she looks like her pictures. I get it. But that's what FaceTime is for, or WhatsApp video or whatever. So try that. Instagram even got a video chat feature. Try that. Number 2, I don't know what the rush is for, it could be a number of things, but try to get to know these women. through conversation over the phone first, and not text message. I'm talking about real legit conversations. And then see, because sometimes if you have a good 1, 2, 3 conversations with somebody over the phone, you can tell if this is somebody you want to spend your evening with or not. That could help as well. So think about that. Communication, my brother. Call her, you know. See how she is. Do she like to communicate? Can she communicate? Is the sister, does she know how to hold a conversation? Is she rude? Is she, aggressive? Or is she friendly? Is she, understanding? Do she listen well? These are things that you can find out just over conversation, over the phone. Try that. I mean, I won't say that you're wrong for feeling like, dang, like I'm spending all this money on all these women and I'm not finding none that I like, and now I'm out of all this bread because I've been going on dates. One, you need to slow down. I said that before. Number 2, plan cost-effective dates. Number 3, try to get to know them a little more before you get to the point to where you're going out and committing an evening with these people. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing, as a woman, like, it's been times I've always been prepared to pay for my own stuff when I go out, because men can be shifty, especially when you're out there dating, right? You just never know. You don't want somebody to get pissed off about you or how you're, talking with them, or what you want to allow them to do, whatever the case may be, and be like, all right, figure out your way home, figure out your part of this bill. I'm always prepared, but some women are not, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But if you're the pursuer, I think that you should be responsible for the cost of the date. Now, if there's a conversation had beforehand where it's like, listen, we want to get to know each other. There's this great event happening. Would you like to go, and would you be okay with us splitting the cost of the ticket or the cost of the meal? You saying it, I think that you get gold star for Marcus for you saying it beforehand. Don't get to the dinner date and be then ate up and drank and y'all having a good time, and then when the check comes you spring this on her. I like the fact that you say it beforehand. I gotta give that to you, but I also think that women should be open to what you're saying, and like accept that that's who you are. If they don't want to deal with a guy who prefers to split the check, then you ain't the one, and y'all can move on graciously, and she already had her money, so it's not a big deal. Y'all don't go out together anymore. Done. There are some women out there who are okay with splitting the check because they want to feel like an equal, and that's a way that they can show that, or they want a man to feel like they're there because they want to be, not because they're trying to get a free meal. So communication is key. Continue to say this at the forefront before you even get to that point. But like I say, you're not wrong. I just feel like you can slow it down a little bit and be more creative. Now, ladies, to y'all, I'm gonna say this with all the love I got up in my heart. When you are out here dating these men, you need to be prepared in case they are crazy, psycho, cheap. Oh, I was gonna say a word I ain't. Crazy, psycho, cheap, and something wrong with them. All right, you got to be prepared, because some of these men will get you out there in public pretending like they about to sweep you off your feet with this grand gesture, and then got you at the table trying to figure out, well, I didn't even bring my purse with the debit card. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought he had it. So you got to be prepared. So in terms of preparation, ladies, make sure, I don't know if you're in a walkable city or not, if you have a car, drive your own car. Say you'll meet the man there until you've built up this rapport with him and you can trust him. Take your own Uber, take the public transportation, however you get there, because I saw a video on social media not too long ago where the young lady is on a first date with a guy. She's not showing his face, she's showing her face, but he's like, yo, I'm not bringing you home. She's like, why not? And he said, because you won't go home with me. And she's like, but I just met you, I don't feel comfortable. He's like, all right, cool, then you got to get an Uber, like, I'm not bringing you home. And so she continues questioning him, which that should have been a wrap. She should have just been like, all right, cool, nice meeting you, bye. But I think she just wanted the world to see like how some men are. He was vexed that she wasn't going back to his house. And he's like, I don't know how you gonna get home, even though he picked her up. So hopefully she was prepared, or had she had driven her own car or figured her own way there and back, it would be a no-brainer. So ladies, some men are not out there with your best interests in mind, so you gotta protect yourself. And that should be the first and foremost, the most important thing when you're out there dating, because you just don't know these people. So another thing that I must say is that, if you're conversing with a man, dating app, a man you met at the grocery store through a mutual friend, whomever, whatever, and he comes to you and he's like, I want to go Dutch because, you know, just dating can become expensive and I just want to make sure we like each other. You got to determine if that's okay with you. Like I said before, some women are okay with paying their half of the evening, you know, and some women that's a turn off for them. If you're more old school and you're into the notion that a man should pursue a woman, that chivalry should not be dead, you know, you should be opening doors, you should be paying the tab, you should be, you know, letting me order what I desire and then making sure I get home safe, stand firm on that. And if you're okay with going Dutch and splitting the ticket, then stand firm on that. And you probably will have to stand firm on that to your friends who may, you know, think there's something wrong with the way you operate. Everybody operates differently. If you're the type who is okay with going Dutch, that's who you are. And H, you might want to get in touch with H because he'll love you. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not that type of woman, men like that, you got to stay clear from. And H, you got to stay clear from women like that. All right, you guys, so that's all I got for today. I'll leave on the note of this. Make sure that you're communicating with the people that you're dating, setting your standards and your boundaries early on, and letting people know what you're okay with, what you're not okay with. H, I think you're doing a great job in terms of letting these women know beforehand so that they can make an informed decision. And ladies, if that's not the type of date that you're looking for, politely decline and go about your business to the next man. If it is, then you might find a great partner in a man like H. And we all got to understand where he's coming from if he doesn't want to continue spending money on women when he's actively dating until he finds, you know, the right one, because that can become expensive. On the receiving end, which women are usually on the receiving end, we get to go on these dates and order things and the man takes care of it. But put yourself in his shoes. If you're going on 3 to 4 dates a week and you're not finding the right woman, and these dates are ranging between $80, $100, $150 each, that adds up quickly. So H, no judgment here. Keep being honest, and I hope you find the right woman. And ladies, you gotta be honest with yourself to know what you require and what you accept from these men. Until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, tell your friends about it. Go check out the website for the merchandise. There's more items on there tailored to lifestyle and travel that you might like. Well, I'm sure you're gonna like it. And you can go to the website at www.coupledandcultured.com/shop. Or if you go directly to the website, you can just click on shop on the main menu. And follow me on Instagram at Coupled and Cultured and on Facebook at Coupled and Cultured. Until next time, I keep looking around because I have this dope view of Vegas. I told you I'm recording in Vegas. So wish me well on my vacation, and I wish y'all well. I hope y'all have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Ciao.
You know what time it is. Oh yeah, this is blunt therapy. Hey, blunt therapy. Yeah, there's nothing realer. Talk about whatever we want. Uncut, no filter. Blunt therapy.